Yo, before we get into the actual review of the Eternal Sunshine of a Spotless Mind, I just want to let y'all know how much I really do appreciate and all the love and support y'all have been giving me. Really appreciate it. Just for this one very rare occasions, I will be just posting the review rather than a reaction. It was just a movie I wanted to do a review rather than a reaction. It was just a lot to intake, and throughout the reaction I didn't talk as much. I didn't fully react to the movie. A lot of my feelings came out after the movie, and there will be specific movies that I end up doing that, and there will be other movies that come out that I just won't record, and my wife and I will watch it and we'll post like a review or a TikTok or Instagram or whatever the case might be. But yeah, this little clip that I'm gonna or this I think is like 5 minute review of it is going to be literally a reaction right after I'm done with the movie. So just wanted to let y'all know, appreciate the love, appreciate the support, and this is the react review slash reaction. So I'll talk to y'all then. All right, y'all. I didn't talk a lot during the movie. There was just a lot going through in my head. Phenomenal movie. Probably like a 9.2, low nines.
You are one pathetic loser.
Really good, phenomenal film. The way I had to take a minute, walking away, gathering my thoughts, and it's just the idea that there's a few aspects. One is the how ethical it is in the sense of eliminating someone from your life. The examples of a loved one, including pets, and other individuals in your life, just to make your life a little easier and better. But when it comes to bad memories, good memories, sad, angry, just any type of memory or any type of event that you end up going through, it builds your character and it builds who you are. And no matter how much, like just in this example with being with someone, just that itself, even if you had a bad relationship, shapes you to who you, for you to be better in the next relationship or the next journey, or when you get older. Experience is huge, and that definitely was a huge message on that aspect, because like you could have some bad habits that you had with the previous individual that you were with, and if you're not able to understand what you did wrong, and if you try to quote unquote try to fix things or try to get better at it, or try not to bring those toxic traits or those individual things onto another relationship, or whatever you're gonna end up going in life, you're wanting to use that information to improve on yourself. So I think that's one big thing. The other ethical issue was Frodo taking advantage of the situation and trying to basically, I don't know how long they were together. Let's say 2 or 3 years, because the way how it makes it seem like he said I was with a girl named Naomi a few years ago. So let's say it's been 2 3 years of them dating, or whatever the situation is. He would try to literally replicate those 2 or 3 years with the information that he had in his backpack, and try to do that. She obviously knew something was wrong, and that something wasn't right. And he also was doing things that partially upset her, or partially things that she did not want him to say. And I like how in this second go around that he's not saying, like when they went out to the ice, and he didn't say it was a nice time. No, he said, oh, it was the best effing moment in his life, just having a new perspective, a new understanding. And I think that was great. The crazy thing was, though, what Mary Jane did, Kristen Dunst, I think that's her name. What she did was wild, telling everybody their problems. But I think it was also good in the sense of, you can't just delete things that you have done, or delete things that were a part of your life, because it's a part of your life. And that was definitely Great. The last thing probably is you cannot deny your feelings towards whomever. In a sense of them two somehow got back together. Them two somehow reconnected. So even if Mary Jane didn't even give those files to them, they were recreating that relationship. And but the crazy thing is that in their mind now, like if we continue the film right there and then at the end of that movie, it would be, I don't know if it would be a good thing to technically go through all the troubles y'all did have, but maybe just understanding that, looking at some of your negatives and looking at some of the issues y'all did have, and maybe try to do things like Jim Carrey was very closed to a lot of his feelings, and when he did finally say his feelings, it was very chunky, like it was very one line, two liners of something that he didn't truly mean to say, or he did mean to say, he just didn't say it in the right way or actually communicate to it. It was just stab type of, lines. And I have done that in the past. That's something that I've worked on, and I fully get the whole being closed up and not trusting people, not communicating to people. And then when you finally do, it's sometimes you blur out things you probably don't want to. We all have generally have done it in some type of fashion in our lives, and I think that itself right there should teach us to work on that and not do that. But when you have something like this, you are just eliminating those memories, eliminating those possibilities to improve and grow. And that's I think one of the biggest messages of the whole film, and the idea of love, or the idea of feelings. Just, you can't deny it. And obviously, like Kristen Dunst, she was in love with the villain of the first Rush Hour. I forget his name, but the doctor. And obviously it was still there. So it's wild. It's wild, and it's crazy that in this world, let's say, they are allowing this to happen just to make yourself happy or make the consumer happy, of their life, of their honest mistakes, that you have to learn from those mistakes and you have to accept those experiences. Does everybody want to accept the experience that maybe some decision makings that you have made, they're horrible, but you can't also sit back and what's the word, live in the past. You have to just accept it, learn it, move on. And I know everyone, it's a struggle for everybody. I struggle with it personally from a lot, and I'm working on it. So I think this was a phenomenal film, a phenomenal. It was great. It was awesome. Loved it. Can't wait to show the wife, see her feelings on it. I thought it was well done. Definitely threw me off a little bit with the way it started, and then just the way they kind of manipulated it. It was just them attempting again at the relationship, even though they didn't realize they were the second time around. And it was just a whole backstory of that back to that point, and it was definitely well made, well done. You definitely could tell it's a 2004 film, with some of the CGI, CGI technically. But yeah, it was well done. I enjoyed it. The score was amazing. Just going back to that real quick, I've been looking for this song for so long, and I never, for some reason, every time I heard it, I just took the time to enjoy it, but never ever was able to just type it in and find that it was on this wonderful movie. Loved it. Yeah, good job to everyone involved in this project, the directors and everything. Directors, just everyone that was involved in this project, all the way down to just everybody. It was wonderful, great movie, loved it. Just a great movie that I have consumed into me, and it is definitely a another movie on my list of movies that I truly enjoyed. and I'm excited to experience it a second time when my wife watches it with me. But yeah, I appreciate y'all, love y'all, and hopefully you enjoyed the journey, and hopefully you did enjoy it when you did first watch it, and hopefully you had a fun ride, because I definitely did. It was very sad. Um, there was a lot of things I saw that I could connect with and I could understand. It hit me in the field. It hit me. I didn't want to fully display it, but it did hit me. And great film. Great film. Yeah. Appreciate y'all, and I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.
How happy is the blameless vessel's lot, the world forgetting by the world forgot, eternal sunshine of a spotless mind, each prayer accepted and each wish resigned.
I want to be a great, big, huge